Big up. Thank you for popping up. If you're popping up tonight, tomorrow, in the morning, wherever you may be, good evening from Texas and United States. I'm your boy Jacob Wallraven here on United Spurs of America, and live on the Jacob TV Twitch. If you didn't know, got some little bit of news with the channel, with myself, with kind of the plans going forward. Don't actually have them solidified yet, but we'll let you know as the coming days happen. But hope you're all doing well. Big up. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. We already got some people in the chat saying what's up, popping up tonight. I mean, really, I just wanted to come make a show talking about Guglielmo. I mean, I talked about him on the last show a little bit. We looked at some of his stats. May have been a little misleading on the stats side. But, you know, hey, we don't like to judge an apricot before it's ripe. But we move anyway. I hope you're doing well. Please do hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't already. We're on 1,360. Let me see. I think it was 1,362. So if you haven't subbed, please do hit that sub. On the road to 1,500. Just a couple, 150 short, but we'll get there one day. In the meantime, let me say what's up to you who've already popped up with Jacob. Let me turn this music down a little bit before I keep going, but I hope everyone is good. Big up Scott M says, I can't tell if that is Tonali or Michael in the bottom corner. I thought a little naked tattoo man would help boost some of the views. Let's see if it works. Big up Cursor says like secured. Big up Jacob. Big up Cursor. Hope you're doing well. Chelsea Blue and Blue says hit that like button as soon as you join. And again, if we got rival fans in here telling you to hit that like, really, there's no excuse for you to not be hitting it. That's just bottom line, really. So please do hit that like. Big up Bobby K as well in the house with 3 Spurs boys. There is the link. It is in the chat. I'll pin it. If you do want to come on and have your say. If you don't, that's cool too. I'm just going to chat for a little bit. If you have anything you want to say, you can feel free to join. That is what this show's format is for. I will be in the future simulcasting the pop-up with Jacobs. I will be simulcasting that onto this channel and another channel that I'm starting a new little project, something maybe a little bit outside the realm of Spurs. So if any of y'all are interested in that, please do go over there and sub to the new channel. It is on the featured channels on the YouTube part, but I pinned the message. If you want to join the StreamYard, feel free to do that. See, look, there's a logo. There's the name of it as well. So there you go. It's on the Twitch. Already changed the Twitch over. The YouTube, it will be coming along shortly. Big up to James Joris as well. Official supporter is in the house. Is big up all. I'm fine with Vicario. Is it Vicario or is it Vicario? Vicario, like Sicario. You know, the movie Sicario. I don't know if you've ever seen those movies. Like, I think there's 2 of them. Pretty good movies anyway. But big up James George says, I am fine with him as long as we invest the money saved into a center back and a central attacking midfielder. Remains to be seen. A lot of dominoes falling into place. That's why I also have mentioned and a picture of Sandro Tonali in the thumbnail because, quite frankly, he you know, he's a good-looking guy. So you want to put him on there. And I think the fact that he going to Newcastle will relinquish the James Maddison thoughts of him going to Newcastle. So maybe there's still a chance yet that he will be coming to Tottenham Hotspur. We'll see. Big up John Fitzpatrick, my friend from Danunda, I believe it is. Says, big up Jacob, my G. Big up John, hope you're doing well. Ian Ferguson, my Cincinnati brother, says, hello. Evening all, my favorite Spurs show in the lower 48. There it is. You know what he's talking about if you're from the States. Big up Rich, says, what's up, Jay? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, Rich. Big up Luca as well. How is it going, Jacob? It's going well. It's going well. You know what? I'm trying to do more, trying to bring more to the YouTube channel here because, you know, we're on the road to 1.5K. I'm going to be starting another YouTube channel talking about all type of things outside of Tottenham Hotspur. So please do check in. Let's see here. Good evening, you beautiful bastards from Wikipedia. Hope you're doing well, Wikipedia. Good to see you, my friend. Rich, excited for Vicario, but he is not Lloris. I hope he's not Lloris. I hope he is not Lloris. Lloris did not show us good things. Too many good things there lately. Big up Daniel Davenport on Facebook. We got a see, I linked to Facebook to see if it will work, and we got a viewer on Facebook. Big up yourself right now. Says, hey Jacob, Dan from Banbury, England. Kane still not signed a new contract. Is it time to cash in on Kane? That's a great question. It might be. I've raised the question a few weeks ago. Is it time to maybe look at the future, what it might be without Harry Kane? That's something that I've definitely been exploring. I think we need to at least entertain the idea. But it remains to be seen. I don't even think we've gotten any concrete offers. So that would mean that we would actually have to go and like sell him and promote to sell him and get him off our books. But I wouldn't like to do that. See King Kane go out like that would be a little bit heartbreaking. But you know what I mean? At the same time, we still got to look forward. There will be one day when we don't play with him, whether it's this summer, next summer, the summer after that, one of these summers, he's going to be leaving. Maybe even in January, who knows? But I love Harry Kane. He's a club legend. But, you know, sometimes it's time. Sometimes it is best to move on. We'll see. Pause 1 second. Apologies. Just a little Hydration Nation break. Stuart, big up Jacob. Big up everyone in the chat. Big up, Stu. Hope you're doing well, Mr. Stewart. Hope you're having a great evening. Pretty late over there for y'all, I think. Daniel Davenport says, Man United have been linked to Kane. Yes, they have, as has PSG, as has Real Madrid once upon a time. But I think, like the Sandro Tonali domino, I think the domino of Mbappe saying, look, I'm not going to sign another contract with PSG. And then PSG said, we don't plan on letting him go for free. I think that mixed with that news is going to cause Real Madrid to no longer be sniffing around. I think the news, the transfer window, if I'm not mistaken, officially opened like today or yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know for sure if it's officially open, but there's a lot of movers and shakers already happening. So I think it's time that we get busy, and it's nice. We've got a guy. Let me pull him up. Let's talk about him. Let's talk about Mr. Vicario. Here we go. John Fitzpatrick says, man, you wanted him to hand in a transfer request. They want him, they will get him. I wish Harry all the best, says John Fitzpatrick. Yeah, if they want him, they can get him. That's all fine and dandy. I have no problem with selling him. To me, I said this on the last show, that look at someone like Heung-min Son. As soon as there was rumors that came out that maybe someone was going to bid on him, maybe he was going to go somewhere else. What happened? As soon as that came out, he, quote, said, I still have more to do at Tottenham. I want to play for Tottenham. When all these rumors get sniffing around about Harry Kane, where is he? What is he saying? I ain't heard him say nothing. But regardless, we move. Let's talk about Guglielmo a little bit. Guglielmo, or is it Guglielmo? Let me see what the poll's saying. Please do, while you're here, please do hit that like. If you're here on the YouTube channel. On the YouTube channel, I have a poll going, asking how do we feel about Guglielmo, and the first answer I put is it's Guglielmo, which it could be Guglielmo. I don't know. Oh, someone just voted for Guglielmo right now. It might be that. I don't know. It could be. But for me, for now, it's going to be Guglielmo. Can't see it any other way. But 39% say Levy being cheap again. Is that how we're feeling, y'all? We feel like this is just Levy being cheap? Is that what we're thinking, chat? Talk to me. Paul Beatty, don't forget to keep hydrated. Big up, Paul. Big up the Hotspur hippie. Go check out that channel as well. What a great channel it is. Do go hit a like and subscribe over there for the man Dananda, Mr. Paul Beatty. That was a terrible English accent. I don't know what I was doing. Daniel says, Jacob, your thoughts on Messi signing for Miami? I am known as Dan Davenport on Irish Hotspur channel. Oh, big up Irish Hotspur channel. What a great channel that is. My thoughts on Messi signing for Miami, I think it is great. He's going to make a lot of money. The league will make a lot of money. Inter Miami's going to make a lot of money. It's going to be good all around for the league. Players are excited to play him. I've talked with a few of my confidants back here in the States who play for the MLS. They can't wait to 2-foot the guy. So there you go. You heard it straight from the horse's ass. They're going to 2-foot Messi. He's going to be getting it hard and fast. That's what she said. John Fitzpatrick, when Kane goes, I want Sonny to be captain. He is the only one that deserves it. I want Sonny to be captain even if Kane doesn't go. Because like I said, Sonny put out the rumors of him going to Saudi immediately. He put rumors by saying, I want to stay for Tottenham. Not just putting it out. He put it out by saying, I want to play for Tottenham. So to me, there's only one man to lead me into battle for Tottenham Hotspur, and that is Heung-min Son. Full Bull, big up, Full Bull. Yo, Jacob, long time no see. Big ups, my friend. It has been quite a long time. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're keeping well. Hope everything is as cohesive as butter and toast. Scott M says it is 100% Levy being cheap. All the talk and we are in on Rhea, but they want too much, and then we go and get a $19 million keeper, and Levy's eyes light up. I'm curious, if this is how you feel, what your opinions are on the notion that. Let me lower this a little bit. What your opinions are on the notion that. This is a Brighton move, that we've made a Brighton move. And as soon as you make a Brighton move, no one's excited that you made a Brighton move is what they say. That's just what they say. Where else was I? Full Bull question. When fans say, quote, we want to be like, oh, here we go. This is exactly what I was just saying. When fans say we want to be like Brighton, does that mean when the players become really good, we are going to become a feeder club just like Brighton? I'm trying to think the best way to answer this question. Does that mean when the players become really good, we're going to become like we're just going to sell all of our good? Like if we had a Caicedo, that we'd be selling him 1 year after? I hope not. I hope that's not what that means. But I hope that this is a signing that means like, hey, we actually have more than just one backup option. That would be nice, wouldn't it? At least in my opinion, that would be nice to see. Let's see. Oh, my Cincinnati brother wants to pop up with Jacob tonight. Let me go ahead and bring him in. These layouts, I've been playing with these layouts. Let me see. I'm going to take this comment down. I'm going to add you to the stream, and then let's see if I do this.
There we go.
Hello.
What's up, man?
What's going on? How are you doing, Ian?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. The Cincinnati Reds are in their longest winning streak since the 1950s, and FC whooped up on Bobby K's Toronto last night. Best start in MLS league history, man. So, yeah, and Spurs cannot break my heart. So things are going pretty well, actually. How are you, man?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. We actually have a signing, so that's fun. That's exciting, isn't it? Let's see. Luca says, I've been watching Vicario vids all evening. A bit meh. From what I've seen on Twitter, and I wish I could show him here, but I cannot, unfortunately. But I would. He had some good saves, and I was looking at some of his stats. The last game of the season, he had 9 saves. That's kind of nice, which might actually pad his stats just a little bit if we think about it. But Scott says, I want Sonny to go as well as Kane for their own benefit. So hopefully neither is here to be captain. Scott, I don't hope that, man. I don't hope that. Daniel Davenport says we need new ownership. Yes, we do. We need new ownership. Scott M says this is nothing like a Brighton move. That is crazy talk. Brighton don't identify a player they like, then go for their second, third, fourth choice option. That costs half the price. Fair play. And they might do that. We don't know that they don't do that per se. Maybe they do. Who knows? It's a Brighton move in the. So Lucas says it's a Brighton move in the fact that we had a second choice lined up and it got quickly done. The standard of the player is another matter. Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm not going to write the guy off. I haven't seen him. Yeah. I can't say I've actually tuned in to I might have like accidentally watched Empoli one time, but not. I couldn't have told you like two of their players, and I definitely one of them wouldn't have been the damn goalkeeper. But you got to have some hope that there's a guy in place or anybody in place really that can scout adequately. You got to hope anyway. Ellie's in the house, says, Jacob, it's all a bargain bucket. Trash week. May I join you too, big guy? Of course, Ellie.
Hop on, Ellie. Hop on in.
You've got the link. It's pinned in the chat. Click it. Join.
Yep.
Come have your say. Tell me what you think. Levy making a Brighton move impossible. The man hasn't a clue about football, says John. Apparently there's some other guy that was the guy who's been making the move for us, Ian.
Right. I forget the guy's name, but it's like a holdover from like
Gaggio or something. I don't remember.
Staff, I think. Yeah.
Someone in the chat tell me what his name is. It's not Guglielmo because that's the keeper. But some other Italian name was like Garbaggio, something like that. Big ups to
Garbanzo bean, who knows?
Garbanzo beans, maybe.
I'm kidding. I'm only kidding.
But let's look here. So, the goalkeeper kit looks nice. The new goalkeeper kit looks nice.
I'm actually liking it over what our probable actual third or second shirt is looking like for next year, honestly.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about the kits. That's very unfortunate.
I'm sure it's nice, though.
So here's another little bit. Guglielmo will travel to London this weekend with medical tests now being scheduled. Full agreement in place between clubs. So we've agreed with their club. They've agreed. He's traveling. Going to do his medical. A 5-year deal, and he is more than excited for this new chapter. Here we go. Check mark confirmed. It's happening. This is as close to happening as possible. Fabrizio Romano, they do call him a tap-in merchant, but to me, if you like being right, you like being right. And to me, he likes being right. So I'm all for it. This picture is kind of interesting. He kind of looks like Matt Doherty in the face if you look at it. Can you see that?
He's like the Italian version, and in that picture, he just looks terrified beyond belief. But all that is to say, though, we will see what happens, and I feel like it's not going to really matter one way or the other how he plays if he has as bad of a back line in front of him as we've had the last few years. I mean, like it's gonna be rough. So and I'm stretching out on this one here big time, but maybe this frees up some cash to actually go out and spend some actual cash on the back line now. Who knows? I'd be pleasantly surprised if it happens, but
that's what I hope is that, hey, we didn't want to spend 40 on a keeper. We spent 19. So in theory, there should be at least 6, 7, 8 extra mil that we could play with. But who knows? Big up Lisa, big up Jacob and Ian. Nice seeing you here. Nice seeing you here as well, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
Big ups to Lisa, Scott, and Luca having. Scott says that ignores whether a Brighton move is what we should want. It seems like a nice buzz phrase so that we can't criticize any moves the club makes now.
Oh, I'm going to criticize regardless, so don't you worry there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, to me, it's always in season when we're signing a player that I have to Google, and his name honestly kind of sounds like Guglielmo. Do you see me all right? I'm getting a Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah,
I hate this thing with the Wi-Fi connection. Always playing these games with me. Let's see. Big up, Mile High Hotspur. Miss you, man. When you coming back to the YouTube world? Join the show if you're free, man. The link is pinned in the chat. Let's see. 23 votes, 20 likes on the video. Surely we could get a couple more likes. There's always those lingering around, those hating ass motherfuckers. About 3 of them. But right now in the lead, actually tied, is Levy being cheap again, and who? So that's fun.
I mean, they aren't wrong by any means. That's just hilarious, though. But yeah, like It's like this potentially could be one of those things again where Levy's all like, I've spent some cash. I'm actually like, I've just always had this like continuous, just like running thought in my head that Levy's all like, well, we got Champions League season before, and we didn't really have like any major overhauls. So why should I spend? Or it's like, hey, I'm actually spending on a position we need. Aren't you guys happy? You should be grateful that I'm even doing this. And I'm just like, dude, like, just continue to do like the non-football side of things.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, we're good. It's as simple as that. Just stay out of the sports stuff. That's all.
Lisa says difference between Brighton making, quote, Brighton moves is Spurs doing it, is I would trust Brighton to be successful at it. Us, not so much. And I think that that's fair. That's very much fair.
Yeah.
Because,
yeah. They at least know, and we'll see how far they actually progress in Europe this year. But the fact that they just got Europe for the first time in club history this year, I mean, like, they're going to do exactly what we should have done after 2019. Like, they are going to go in as much as they can for this next year, or at least try to sustain it for as long as they can. Because, like, if folks think that Brighton's convinced, well, it's like, if Brighton are content with being like Brighton, I think I really think that a lot of folks are going to be a little surprised. But who knows, man? Who knows? Like, they actually have ownership that actually has a plan.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Big up chat, says Mile High Hotspur. Big up Rob Patterson says, sorry I'm late, was watching the Imitation Game. Big ups and glad I joined. Imitation Game could often be described as Tottenham sometimes, if you think about it.
Imitating a big club, yeah.
We're imitating something. Ellie is in the back. Her camera's black, so I don't know if she's good to join. I don't just want to throw her on and her not be ready. But we'll take a look here. There we go. So she put up a photo, so I think she's good.
All right.
I think she's good. Welcome, Ellie. Hello.
You can't see me.
No, your screen's all black.
You, no.
Oh dear. What's going on? All right, listen. Shall I come out and come back in? See if it.
Yeah, give it a try. Why not?
Sure.
Oh, what's wrong?
Yeah, give it a shot. We'll check that out. Maybe she wants to talk about Guglielmo. Here we go. Sandro Tonali. That's my next subject. So I'll wait for Ellie before I move on to Tonali. All right, we'll look at this guy's face for a little bit.
He looks like seriously like a few guys I went to high school with. Like, he just has that look.
He does. He kind of has like that guy, He has a friendly face. Maybe that's nice. Hello, Ellie. It is black. Maybe the room you're in is dark or something. I don't know.
No, it's like light. I put the light on. I ain't saving on my electricity bill. I've got the light on, but I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I can still talk. You don't have to see my face.
There you go. Yeah,
you can still talk.
We're all Spurs.
We're all Spurs, ain't that the
We are.
Yeah, I was just listening to your comments on the goalkeeper. It's sort of come out of the blue, hasn't it? So
very quickly.
It's like very strong on Raya. All the news on Raya. Then the £40 million tag, and then nothing. And then we've agreed personal terms, and then nothing. And then this guy pops up, and we sign him. It's just like
right.
Spurs, isn't it?
It was one Paul O'Keefe tweet that sent the world spiraling, and then all of a sudden I'm like, who the hell is this Guglielmo? And then everyone Google every stream Guglielmo, and of course now it's today. Here we go. And when Fabrizio says "here we go," that's about as surefire as I am at putt. And if you play putt, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, my husband, he's
mini
half
golf.
Italian, and he came up with "Can Vicario Savio."
It's gonna be one of those things. There's only one way to find out. So
Yeah, when he starts getting the shots fired at him, left, right, and centre. Do you know what though? It's good that we've got a goalie, but I think we should still go because this guy, he's untested, isn't he? But there's a lot of goalkeepers that are untested. We didn't even know about Lloris, really. If everybody holds their hands up, they really didn't hear about Lloris. And look how good he was. All right, we didn't win anything, but he won the World Cup for France in the meanwhile. It's just, we just got to wait and see, haven't we, before we judge.
Right.
That's how I kind of see it. Like it's all fair calling it how we see it, right? We went the cheaper option. But you know what? I at least like that we went the cheaper option and got it done immediately. If we're going to go the cheaper option and I'm forced to deal with that, okay. But you know what? We fucking took 24 hours with that second option. I like that.
Like how long?
Am I being too optimistic or positive here, Ian?
No. It's it's like look. Like if we're going to shell out, essentially as far as Europe is concerned, if we're going to shell over the amount of cash you can find like in your love seat for this guy, I'd rather get this wrapped up now, because how long did that Jed Spence deal take last year?
Forever.
It took what, 3 months, and we only ended up paying what, 25. I'm like, for the love of Christ, like just get this in, get it through, get it done, and just get this guy some help. That's all.
Yeah.
And that is going to be the thing that is going to take, that will just take forever, I think. So who knows? Like, it's like, and if Ainge wants him, have it. I mean, big Ainge, man. Big Ainge.
I mean, I think I've kind of talked about it enough. We're almost here at 30 minutes. Please do make sure you hit the like if you haven't already. But also, we all kind of agree here, at least on this panel right now. It's like, yeah, we never heard of him. Yeah, he could be this, he could be that, but I'll wait until I see him, at least in these preseason matches. Then I might go hard on him. Then I might go easy on him. Who knows? Yeah. But I feel like you can. There's a running saying that goes around, right? You could you can make a compilation video to suit whatever narrative you want, right? If you want to make him look like he's an all-star goalkeeper save guy, you could do that. If you want to make him look real bad, you could do that as well. So for me, I'm not going to buy too much into these videos that come out, but I have seen some really nice saves come out. So Rob Patterson, we did go for Raya, but we were trying to lower the price. We thought 40 mil was too much. So then we just said, I guess fuck it. And we went to this guy. Who knows if that's going to be the right move? It remains to be seen. But I could see the reason to be like pessimistic about it. I could see the reason to not be too excited about it. But here's my thing. Whether he comes in and he's the next Hugo Lloris for us, or he comes in and he's the next who are you, or why did we do this? If he's a Golini, the question, right? Is he going to be Golini or is he going to be Buffon? And
I mean, for what it's worth,
either one of those you're going to have to wait to see.
Right.
We're not going to know right now.
Do you know
and
what?
For
I
what
heard
it's...
somebody. Sorry, Ian, you go.
No, you.
No, I was just going to say, I heard somebody say today that Raya is Spain's third choice. It was on a podcast, and Vicario is Italy's third choice. So there's no difference, and they've got very similar stats. They're very similar goalies in terms of that they can pass the ball with their feet. You know what? When he comes, I think the goalkeeping coach will teach him how to play the British way, not to punch out. Because early doors, Lloris was doing a lot of that, and then he cut a lot of it out. He was still doing it because it's a natural thing for goalkeepers abroad. They do tend to punch the ball rather than catch the ball. So our goalkeeping coach has got a lot of work to do before he's ready. Before he's Prem ready, Jacob. Prem ready.
Prem ready.
Yeah.
So did we buy a number 2 keeper or did we buy our number 1, Ellie? I mean, 5-year deal.
The thing is, if he's a 5-year deal, he's 26. He's had a great season last season, apparently. I think he got goalkeeper of the year, if I'm right.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll be our first choice, and I think they'll keep, not Forster, I think they'll upgrade Brandon Austin, because I've been watching him warm up before matches, and they've got a lot of faith in that Brandon Austin, and he'll come good as well. It's a very good goalkeeper.
Got faith in Brandon Austin, huh?
Yeah, I think they do. They like him at the club. They've kept him on for all this time, so they're not keeping him just for nothing. They're getting him up to speed, and when he's ready, he'll break into the first team as well. That's my prediction. Because you know what? When you see a player warming up with the first team, you know he's got some sort of credence, you know, and he's been on the bench a lot of the time. So he just needs his lucky break, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's like, and I know I'm gonna get skewered for this in the comments, and just for the record, I am not comparing leagues here by any means, but just to make the point. So the current goalkeeper for my MLS club, he's 19, 20 years old. Only reason he got any playing time last year was because our first 2 guys, the first guy was atrocious. Second guy got hurt. And now this like 19-year-old kid, out of our 13 wins, he's kept 8 or 9 clean sheets. Like, he just got called up to the national team a few months ago. Like I said, not saying MLS and the Prem are the same. God knows they're not. But the point is, though, you never know. Like, it's like if our first 2 folks stayed healthy, this kid would not be lighting it up right now. That's all I'm saying. Like let's just give this kid a shot, honestly. So
yeah. Do you know what?
And I just said there was
a shot is a shot.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
A shot is a shot. You've got to save it whether you're in the MLS or the Premier League.
Right.
You know what I mean?
League's a league, right?
And you've got to keep it out of that goal.
Yeah.
Scott M, I love you, man.
He's funny, isn't he?
I love you, man. I do.
Here comes MLS.
I love
Big
you,
up,
man.
Adrian.
I love you. Mm-hmm.
I agree with Rob here. I love Austin, but he isn't good enough.
Yeah, he's a very good goalie. He'll come good.
He isn't good enough right now.
Right. How old is he too?
So real quick, I want to read this from.
Not good enough yet. No, that's true.
Yeah, I want to read this tweet here from someone who allegedly watches plenty of Serie A. Says Vicario is the best Italian keeper in the Serie A by a country mile. Amazing in goal. One of the most spectacular keepers to watch. He can save the impossible. My only concern is his ball playing abilities. He's not bad like Lloris by any means, but it's not his main strength. Context is important. Empoli don't play with a keeper that is involved a lot in the build-up. They play a very defensive style in Serie A. He didn't even have the chance to prove his qualities on the ball. Technically, he's not an awful player. I think he can surprise me. That remains to be seen.
Right.
He's hyping him up.
Well, and I think like Buffon has even like come out and said like, look, this kid could be something really good or not, but the fact that arguably the best goalkeeper of all time is saying like this kid could be special. Who knows? Now this could just be a whole bunch of undue pressure on him now, but for what it's worth. So.
Yeah, I hear you. Ellie, what do you think? Is that guy just blowing smoke up his ass, or what do we think?
Is that Jacko guy? Is that who it is?
Yeah, Jacko Katz or whatever. The same guy who's
he was
real
on the
big up on.
podcast today. Yeah, I went on his podcast. Yeah, the thing is.
Oh, you did? He has a podcast? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had a podcast this afternoon, right? He had a journalist on, and he more or less said that he's a really good goalkeeper. He interviewed him a while back. He's got a good head on him. He's got good He's got a good attitude towards the game. He's willing to learn, and he's improved greatly. You know, so if all those attributes, he comes to Spurs, and our goalkeeping coach works on him as well to get him up to speed, works on his footwork as well, because Ange will require that. You know, the way he plays, he'll have to play like a sweeper, I reckon. So I just feel he will improve, because the Premiership, you get found out very quickly if you've got a weakness in your game, like Lloris with his kicking. It was quite evident.
My thought is it can't be as bad as what we saw with Lloris last season.
No,
Can it?
Right.
No.
He fell off a
for
cliff
19
so
mil. Is that
quick.
enough of a gamble
he was
that
throwing balls in the goal, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was literally playing volleyball with Arnett at one point. That's fine. Full Bulls says, "No, don't listen."
Decline like that.
Well, he also quit on us, so that's another story. But
true.
no, don't listen to this Jacko guy. He'd say Maguire's the best center back in the league if we signed him. So he's the Levy guy. He's a club apologist. Lucas says, Ian, I'm not really one for giving goalkeepers a go. I like my goalkeepers to be proven. It's an important position.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair.
It's very fair.
Fair.
Scott M, best keeper in the Serie A by a country mile, and he can only get sold for 19 mil. I'm sorry, isn't Onana in the Serie A?
Inflation hit Italy that badly? Just asking.
I didn't know they were struggling that much. Yeah, I mean, the Inter Milan keeper is Onana, which I'm pretty sure people would say he might be the best in the Serie A. I don't know. So it could just be a little bit of smoke blowing up the ass. Our defense was crap. You can't 100% blame Lloris. I don't 100%. I don't 100% blame him. I didn't blame him for a lot, but defense or no defense, when I played goalkeeper. When you get to a point where you're taking a shot and you're volleying it into your own net, something's wrong with you. When you get the slightest amount of bit of pressure and you're afraid to kick the ball out of your own box, something's wrong with you. He's clearly been off of it. I felt like he checked out last season. He was horrible. But again, playing behind Dyer would be very frustrating. So I do understand that. But I just think it's no excuse. I'm putting my tinfoil hat on. I think he quit on the team. I think he faked an injury and said, I text Levy on his group chat, him, Eric Dyer, Dele Alli's probably on it, and they all group chat each other. And he said, get me on out of here. They're being mean to me. They're saying I conceded a record amount of goals in 21 minutes. But that's what we do here. We break records, right, at Tottenham Hotspur. Adrian Troca says, is it true that Ndombele is going to Frey Bentos? Didn't hear that. What is Frey Bentos?
Frey Bentos is a pie.
In that case, I believe it then. I believe it
It's
then.
a pie in a tin.
Adrian got me, man.
It's really disgusting.
You
Sorry,
could have
Frey
convinced.
Bentos.
You could have convinced me that you could have told me that was a club in the Serbian third league, and I would believe you, honestly. So
I was legit like, maybe that is some Saskatchewan league I don't know about. Rob Patterson, I'm a keep.
It's a disgusting pie in a tin, right? And it's like slop.
Hey, big up Rob. Rob's in the goalkeepers union, it sounds like. Says, I'm a keeper too. He is off, but you can't blame him for Dyer and Sanchez. No, I definitely do not. I can see why your confidence would be extra low. I mean, I've been in games where I highly felt like my defense was letting me down. There's also been games where I've let my defense down. So I think it's a little bit of both. There needs to be some accountability. And I just don't know. I mean, the season wasn't even a week dry yet. And he's already like, I want to go to France. Maybe I'll go to Saudi Arabia. Like, bitch, you have a year or two on your contract, if I'm not mistaken. As far as I know, I'll make you clean the damn bathrooms if I want to, because I own your player rights. You'll be playing damn goalkeeper in the showers if I have my way. That's how I feel about it. But he's already like, I like France. Maybe I'll go to Nice. He's talking about picking berries, drinking, driving again. I ain't having it.
Nah, man.
You're so funny, Jacob, man.
Frey Bentos would beat us in the league right now.
I feel like Frey Bentos could become its own thing now.
Frey Bentos is what took us out of the conference league with Conte as well.
Anything horrible that happens to us next year, Frey Bentos, man. That's what that is.
The next thing I want to talk about this evening is one Mr. Sandro Tonali, the young Italian man for AC Milan, who, by the way, got bossed by Papa Matasar, might I add. He
Can
is
happen again,
finalizing a
twice a year
deal
now.
with the Magpies. Documents being prepared. So this is my immediate thought. Newcastle says, I don't want to play with you anymore. And they're done with James Maddison. See, I don't want to play with you anymore. That's got to be... But shout out George Bannister. This is a good tweet because
it sounded like James was just over them like even beforehand, man.
I mean, that's debatable. If they offered fucking twice what he's making, I guarantee if he was offered the same amount of money that we offered, I really think that he would go to Newcastle because it's a more lucrative project that they have at the moment than we have. We are at the ground level of trying to build back what we had, which is some momentum, some cojones, some bravado, some attitude. We're trying to build it, and I really think Ainge is a person who could help instill that. And Kangaroos, we trust. But I will say, if we somehow, some way, manage to get James Maddison, Levy may have bought himself at least another, what, you'd say a season or two? Ellie, how do you feel? If we get a keeper, let's say positively, Scott, I know you're going to hate this, but let's say he does great, this keeper. We're like, wow, the first 18 games, he has fucking 8 clean sheets or something, 10 clean sheets and some crazy saves. Let's be fair. Hugo did keep us in some matches last season with his saves. Some of the matches we drew, some of the matches we won, we wouldn't have had those results without Hugo. So I will go back a little bit and praise Hugo for some of his performances last season, because without him, we wouldn't have even finished where we finished, because there was I think the first half for Southampton and stuff like that we were Man United. I can't remember. There's a few games where I just remember in the first half they were really putting it on him, and he had a few good saves to keep us in it. Outside of the box type shots. So I do want to give a little bit of love to Hugo before I continue to just continually bash on him. I don't think he liked how positive I was being about Guglielmo, that maybe Guglielmo could be good because he's in the back. He's popping up with Jacob. It is Scott M, Canadian veteran in the flesh. What's up, Scott? How you doing?
I had to first come on to make sure that I said to Ian, I wasn't taking a shot at you for saying.
I know that.
I recognize when Americans, and if Canada had any soccer, or if I cared about MLS, then I would say the same thing. But I recognize when you started saying it, I'm like, he's going to say something about MLS because everybody craps on anyone who brings up the MLS. That's all.
Right.
Because I know how it is.
You are fine. You are fine, man. You are good.
Right after you, the minute you suggest that MLS has anything of value to provide to the world.
Right. Heaven forbid. It's like heaven forbid MLS attracted the greatest player of all time, and now season ticket prices have gone up 2,000% for next year.
I wonder now, you might see people now say Messi obviously isn't the GOAT anymore if he has to go to MLS, because that shows how terrible he must actually be. But no,
I think hey, this is gonna be a hot take. All right, how many years? Ian, correct me. How many years did Messi sign with MLS? Was it 3?
I think it was 3 years, and the earliest he can start playing for them is end of July.
And it's versus Cruz Azul, and it's going to be fantastic. Cruz Azul is going to break his fucking ankles. It's going to be crazy. But my thing is, I think if you look at what Zlatan did, the tail end of his career, he stayed for 2 years, and then he went back to a top club. I would not be surprised if Messi plays 2, 3, 4 years in the MLS, builds our brand up, helps, wins a few things, and then dips and goes back to Barcelona for another year or two, has the farewell tour, and goes out a go. So I would not be surprised.
Which I would not be shocked. And if I'm remembering correctly, so FC Cincinnati is hosting Miami in the league in the League Cup semis in the end of August. That like just downtown is going to be a fucking zoo. It is going to be insane.
I think it's going to be Messi mania anywhere he goes. It's going to be quite something to see. Lucas says, talking of Brighton, their goalkeeper Sanchez, who's now been demoted to second choice behind Steele, Could we have gone for him? Maybe the Man City reserve goalie Ortega. He looked good too. I don't know Ortega as well. I saw him in that one match, I think it was. But Sanchez, I liked him a little bit. But you know what? I think it's already done. I think we have to accept the fact that Vicario, my man, is the man between the sticks. Scott, I know you're not the happiest about it. So I want to ask you this real quick before I ask you that.
No. I'm not unhappy. I want to clarify. I'm not saying that this Vicario is a bad keeper or a good keeper. I just think that when we say, I just get worried, and I know I can see how the summer's going to go, is that we'll sign the 23rd best keeper from Dallas FC, and we'll be saying that's a Brighton move, right?
It's FC Dallas.
Like any move that we make that is a player that has questions about him, we'll say, and anybody starts to say, like, I'm a little concerned about this. Oh, it's a Brighton move. So I'm just kind of clarifying that I think we have to be careful. We can't just say that any move when a player has questions about him is a Brighton move, right? Like, I just think it's going to be used. Look, I think this is what I think compared to Raya. I would have preferred Raya only because I think I know what he brings. And for me, what he brought was good enough for what we're looking for. I'm not saying that Raya is a perfect keeper. I don't think he's an elite keeper. But I think if you put him in this Tottenham side for the next 5 years, it's unlikely that we're ever going to say, you know what, we could have won something, but Raya's holding us back. And now bringing in Vicario, he might provide that same level. I just think he's only had 2 years in the Serie A. Before that, he was playing in Serie C and Serie D, and he hasn't really played in a sweeper keeper role. Doesn't mean he can't, but he hasn't been asked to do it. So I just think that bringing Vicario in has more questions than if you brought in David Raya. So I'm not saying it's a bad move. I just think it's a little bit more risky, and I do think that he's here. If David Raya was available for 19 million, I think David Raya would be our keeper right now. I don't think that they're bringing him in because they think he's a better keeper. I agree with you. I don't think that he's a better keeper. Concerns about that. If that's where we're going to again, it's a concerning way to start. But for him as a keeper, I'm not angry about him particular. I think that there's enough things that looks like he can do a job. I don't know whether he'd be better than Raya. I haven't seen anything that makes me think he is better, but that doesn't mean that he's worse, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, sure. That's fair.
I did want to real quickly plug. I got a couple of y'all here with me now, so I may as well say, just share a little bit of what's going on with the channel, etc. So there's the link. I'm looking at doing some more content that is not just Tottenham Hotspur related. I will be simulcasting Spurs content that I do here over there as well. That doesn't mean that this channel is going away by any means. We're still going to be doing the weekly shows. I'm looking at bringing more weekly shows as well. Looking at this time slot around Thursday nights for me, so Thursday early morning for UK. And then Tuesday mornings for me, which would be in the evening for the UK, and then also maybe a weekend show if I can work that out. So I'm working on quite a few things this summer, but I hope you'll tune in. I hope you'll subscribe over there. I'm working on the intro video tonight. I'm gonna make a little trailer for it tonight. Hopefully have that up in the next week, and then we'll have content out on there sooner rather than later. These shows also will be simulcasted over there as well. Ian's got to bounce. The old lady just got home from work. Thank you for joining, Ian. Big ups. Hope you have a good night. The rest of your evening. Rob Patterson, want to know more about you, bro? Yeah, you can subscribe. I'll be doing more personal stuff. I'll be doing like fun stuff, laid back stuff. I'm going to look to interview different people from all walks of life, all different experiences. and I want to talk lifestyle and culture and music and movies. There's food and so much stuff, travel. I got so many things I want to talk about. I feel like just pigeonholing into United Spurs of America is talking about one of my greatest loves, which is Tottenham Hotspur. But there's also so many things I love, like people and learning. So I want to get to know more. I want to learn more. So that's the object with that other channel there. Hope you find it interesting. If you don't, you can unsub. It's all good. It's just a little something else I want to work on to bring a little bit more passion out than just Tottenham Hotspur, because I find, as much as I love talking Tottenham Hotspur with everybody, there's just the market is very saturated. So I feel like, what is it about me that stands out? I don't know. There's not much, but there's a lot of things that I love, and I just want to share that with a lot of different people. So, what's
you're
that?
Underplaying yourself. You've got a very quirky personality in the way you put things. It's very different from a lot of people on YouTube. You're very entertaining, very engaging. So, as a woman on YouTube, fellas may see it differently, but as a woman, we find you very charming. I was talking to Mia about you earlier today as well. No, not today, yesterday. We were just chatting. I said, I love Jacob. He's so cool. And the way you put things and the way you story tell, it's very engaging.
Well, thank you. Thank you for saying that. That means a lot to me. Yeah. Because really, I want to be authentic and I want to be myself. I don't want to try and do something fake just so it's like a shtick and people are like, oh yeah, let's go see Jacob for the shtick. I don't like to be like that. I just like to be myself. And if people vibe with it, then that's good. Sometimes I feel like I could get so wrapped up in things with Tottenham that maybe I'm just a little, I can get hot-headed. I can get a little too upset about some things, and I really feel like that this will help balance things out, right? I won't just be talking about the good, the bad, the ugly with Tottenham Hotspur. I'm talking about talking with other people. I also want to bring like a Big Six show on that channel as well in the future. So I will be talking sports as well, Premier League, NBA, some NFL. I might not talk NFL. I'm a little drawn out of NFL personally, but big up David with the super chat of the first super chat of the day. Big up yourself, David. Says, Jacob, I watched your solo stream on playback and it was great. Do it more often. So happy Sonny said what he said. He's Tottenham through and through. Absolutely. I even brought it up again today because it means so much to me, David, what Sonny said. He has to be our captain. All right. He has to be our leader going forward, because think about it. When there's a rumor Al Haddad may be bidding for him, what does he say? No. Let me stop that right there. I am Tottenham through and through. So I love it. Thank you so much, David, with the $5 donation to the stream, the first super chat of the night. I will save that and I will bring it up in just a little while as well. Let's see here. Got some more comments rolling in. Colin just texted me. Colin with Talking Ball. Colin, if you're listening, join the show.
Yes.
He might not know. He might still be working. I don't know. But he just texted me. And hope you could hear me. Join the show, my friend. I don't know how much longer we'll be going, but please do join the show. Thank you so much, David, for that super chat. That means a lot to me and the channel as well. So I appreciate you giving me some encouragement there on the solo stream. It was my first one really on the channel. I'll be doing some more of those. I'll definitely be doing some more of those. Adrian Schroka says, Jacob made all them topics on Jacob's Ladder. It's a good great film, by the way. Robert Pattinson, you're a yid and we want to know more. That is right. Once a yid, always a yid. Come on. Love your humor and bias for Sonny, my favorite channel. Big ups, David. Appreciate that. That means a lot to me. I do have an openly admittance of bias for Sonny, I think, and no one can deny that. Full Bull says, hell yeah, Jacob, more pancake streams. Hell yeah, more pancake streams. That's one thing. I want to do like some cooking stuff. I want to do some, cultural stuff. Ellie, I've already lightly talked to you about doing a Greek food show. I want to do an episode on some Greek food for sure.
We had the whole thing on David's Irish Hotspur this afternoon and into the evening. It was like going madness.
I know. I just opened the door. Yeah.
You open the door and then like loads of Greek food spilled out. I love Mia though, because she's like very passionate about cooking as well, like myself. me and Mia, we chat about food each day. About like we're not eating it, we're just talking about it. It's doing our figures really well.
Yeah. Big up Mia as well. Spurs Between the Lines. Go check her out.
She's brilliant.
Bryce says Jacob not lying.
Lady.
Yeah, she's very feisty.
Yeah, I love it.
But I love that. You know what you know, and you stick to your guns. I like that shit.
I know. She's feisty with a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I say to her. You're feisty with a purpose.
As are you, Ellie. You are too. You're feisty with a purpose.
Yeah, I'm probably more sarcastic.
Bryce saying
when it comes to Hotspur, if anybody touches my Hotspur, I'll get very sorry.
I was gonna say, as somebody who said a few things about Højbjerg, I would say you're pretty feisty.
Yeah, I'm a little bit feisty, but sometimes you got to put a lid on it, so you don't upset too many people. You want to keep it cherry pie. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean.
That means, cherry pie.
Is it like the song, She's My Cherry Pie?
Yeah, you're sort of keeping people sweet, just sweet enough to tune into you and watch you.
Yeah.
They get pissed off, they'll go somewhere else.
Big up Bryce paying me a compliment as well.
Yeah.
Luca says, I've always thought your approach to the club... I've always thought you approach the club first, agree a price, then approach the player with your terms. We seem to agree to terms with the player before the price. With the club is agreed. What's that about? It's interesting. I think it could... I thought it is supposed to be you agree with the club and then you do personal terms, but I believe agents still have the ability. So like say if Raya's agent knows that Raya wants to go to Tottenham, knows that Tottenham are interested, I'm pretty sure that agent would then speak with Tottenham's reps and agree to terms, and then it kicks over to the club like, hey, we've agreed to this. I think it's ambiguous. I think it could be. I could be wrong.
I think for a lot of the guys we're going after, like they're at the lower level clubs, so they're going to be getting a pretty big kick in wages when they move to Tottenham. So it's a little bit easier to get those deals done when you're giving them like a 50% increase in wages, right?
Yeah.
Whereas dealing with the other clubs, which Levy isn't quite as good at, because that's when he's trying to get them to give up a big discount. So it's pretty easy to, when you're telling your guy, by the way, we're going to double your wages right now if you come here. Most guys are going to be willing to agree to that one, right? But,
yeah.
Definitely.
Stuart's asking if I'm setting the channel up for the Dyer and Winks bash. Really both channels. I'll stream them, live stream, simulcast the ass bash if we can ever set it up. They haven't hit me back yet. I have DM'd Dyer. I'm thinking about screenshotting and putting it on Twitter and be like, why you running, Dyer? But maybe I shouldn't provoke him too much because he might leave, hopefully. If he doesn't leave, I'm going to keep it up, though. You can best believe that. Jacob is Uncle Sam and apple pie.
Yeah, with a custard.
There we go.
With a custard on top.
A little bit of custard. All right. Scott, what's up with the purple? I believe purple and gold till Tottenham are sold.
Yeah, I answered that just after there because I thought it might be easier.
Oh, yep.
Purple and
there it
gold
is.
till Tottenham are sold. I have to get Ben. Ben made that for me, so shout out to Ben Kaufman Coffee Company. I hope that's okay to promote it here. But he needs to add a little gold for me.
Yeah, he does. Just a little sprinkle some.
He done one for everybody actually in the community who joined him on the protest. Done one for me. Done one for Barry or Nick, aka Nick, for Bobby. Everybody.
Yeah, he did it for everybody.
Like Levy out.
Yeah.
You got one, Jacob?
I do. I
Nice
do.
one.
It's on Twitter.
Yeah.
I have it on Twitter to show my support.
Yeah.
Rob Patterson says, "Can you guys please start saying Ben Davies's name right? It's Welsh and it's pronounced Davis, not Davies." But see, I feel like Davies takes some of the masculinity out of it, so I like saying Davies more.
Yeah, to make you like a girl.
Yeah, to make it like more like Davies rather than Davis. Ben Davis. It's more Ben Davies. Yeah.
Mr. Useless.
A question for Scott M. How many goals will Rashford score next season?
Ooh.
Yeah, full bull is in the mud, my friend. He said Rashford is terrible. 30 goals overall, 17 in the Premier League. I told you, full bull. You never believe me. You always ran him down, and he proved you wrong. He was great this past season. So this year, I think he might break Haaland's record this year. I think already. Haaland, records are meant to be broken, and he's going to shatter it right now. Next season,
you know what's actually crazy is how close to that record
for him in the Premier League.
What's crazy, honestly, is how close to that record Harry Kane got this season with the poo-poo Spurs. That's insane to me.
Was it 32 goals that Harry scored? So he was was it 6 behind or 8 behind Haaland?
Haaland ended up with what, 34 or 36?
I think 38, I think.
No, it wasn't 38.
Was it
okay.
38?
Let me Google Haaland.
Yeah, Google it. Google.
Google. 36. So he's 6 away.
36.
Just 6. Okay, I guess that's like 6 matches, but maybe Harry could have done it in another 4 matches.
He's got De Bruyne. We've just got Hotspur and Skip for most of the season. Even though Hotspur can create, he wasn't really...
He did for the record, if I remember correctly.
He did 7 assists in total, Hotspur, but he's no De Bruyne, is he? Come on.
No, and James Maddison, I think, would double that number easily in the midfield. Which, let me ask y'all before we finish that topic off. Do you, Scott? James Maddison comes in. What's your temperature on that? Are you warm and fuzzy, or are you Vicario?
I want to, I love Maddison, and I think he's exactly what we need. So yes, I'm positive. I think it's a great move. The only slight concern I have is I think that he's coming because he wants to live in London more than he wants to play for Spurs, and I have a little bit concerned if you have a guy moving to a city like London because he wants to live there, does the off the field stuff get a little bit too much involved? But I think as a player, he's exactly the kind of player that we need, the exact kind of player we've been missing. So overall, I'd be pretty excited about it. It would get a 10 out of 10, but just because I said there's a little bit of that concern about the off the field stuff of him really wanting to live in London, I would probably have to rank it down to maybe a 9 or an 8. But still, I mean, 9 or 8 out of 10 is pretty top notch.
Yeah, to get a 9 or an 8 out of you's like that's like a 12 for me. So, big up Hotspurs in the house. For me, and then I'm gonna ask you this, Ellie. I feel like this man already tweeted once, like, fuck Spurs, which for me, I feel like keep that same energy, bruh. Like, don't meet me with the energy of, like, fuck Spurs, I hate them, I hope someone wins. I understand he was younger when he tweeted that. You know, we all say crazy things when we're younger. But if you felt that way when you were a kid, surely, like, is there the level of professionalism, do you think, from James Maddison to put his hatred for Spurs aside? Because we saw with other players who were Spurs fans, i.e. Matt Doherty, doing his cheesy-ass video where he's like, I don't know, oopsie, where he's tweeting he loves Arsenal and et cetera, et cetera. Do you think, Ellie, that he has professionalism enough to forget about his hatred of Spurs and actually do a good job for us? Should we sign him?
Well, we're soon going to find out when he starts playing for us, aren't we? So I think he's professional enough. You know, footballers, they say things out of context sometimes, and sometimes they're misquoted and is put out of context in terms of what they put out in the newspapers. So, listen, he was young when he said that. So at the end of the day, if we get him, we've got a very good player who can assist and score, and that's what we were lacking. Because even with Bentancur firing on all cylinders, he only reached 6 goals. He might have reached 10 or 15, you never know. But see, Maddison does it consistently, Jacob.
Yeah, he does.
He's a consistent performer. He's won the league as well with Leicester. He's won the FA Cup. So, you know, I think he's going to be a good signing, not just because of his creativity. He's got that swagger about him, you know. He's got an air of confidence, which we need in our team. You need players to go on that pitch and actually, control the play, demand the ball. And he'll be very good with Ange. I think Ange will talk to him on a level and he'll say to him, look, this is what I want from you. I want you to do exactly what you were doing at Leicester when you won the league in the FA Cup. Just do what you do. We know you've got the talent, so just go and perform and do your stuff.
Yeah, I like that, Ellie. We need a little bit of that BDE back. I miss talking about the BDE. Maybe he can bring it. Big up Darius Vasilionkaitis. Hope I said that better this time, my friend. But it says, big up Jacob and panel. Come on, you Spurs. Big up Darius. Thank you for tuning in again. Adrian Schroka says, stuff Maddison. I would rather gamble on Alex Scott. If I would rather than both of these. I'm not saying anything wrong with Alex Scott. And I hear a lot of clubs are after him. I've only heard of him because of everyone's been talking about him, really. I never really watched Bristol play, except maybe once in the FA Cup, I think it was. Or maybe it was Carabao. I don't remember. But I saw he was good in one of those matches I seen. But that's really all I know. Someone who I have seen a lot of, who can play the central attacking midfielder role. For me, Ebrichi Eze from Crystal Palace would fulfill that. You could probably get him a little bit cheaper than James Maddison. And I think the character, the attitude, all of that is better. He's younger. He's English, so he's homegrown as well. So it checks all the same boxes I think that James Maddison would. And I think if you really let him run in that area, that player can be something special. So it remains to be seen if we even think about it. But I think he has like a $45 million release, not dollar, but a $45 million insert money sign here release clause. And to me, that's a no-brainer. I would do that rather than spend 60, which is what I think Newcastle are asking for. Oh, there's Udogie. He started for the U21s. Oh, I guess I didn't have it bookmarked. But yeah, so I really I would take Eze. That's just me though. Sorry, but we had defensive managers. We would have won things if we weren't under Mo, Conte, or Baldy.
Which I don't understand how we would have won things if we would have had worse managers here, but fair enough. I think Conte and Marino have kind of shown that they can win, right?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Antonio has gone back-to-back European trophy challenges, and one of them being successful in his 2 years that he's left us, that speaks to his.
The thing is, when Conte was at Chelsea, he had star players. We didn't have that for him, did we? Not really. Only KANE and possibly Son.
Yeah, no, we needed better. I think we needed better players to win, not different managers. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't think having an attacking manager with the players that we have is going to do much.
Yeah, I think we needed better players overall.
Yeah.
To me, it's the
100%.
players. It's our recruitment. It's our lack of. Yeah, I mean, I've already talked about a whole bunch of that, but let me see here. Full Bull says, you know how this works. We are being linked heavily with Matters, which means we will just have Indom Bad Boy or Lo Celso back as our cam. If you had to pick one of the two, I'm going to ask each of y'all. I'm going Indom Bad Boy, Indom Daddy. I hate Giovanni Lo Celso that much that I would allow the more Cam Shrimp Walker back on. If you had to pick one, Ellie, who are you choosing, Indom Bad Boy or Gio?
Well, one of my friends works at the Spurs ground and she hates Lo Celso. She said he's an arrogant little sod.
Yeah, he looks like a guy who thinks he's too hot for.
She doesn't work there anymore, thank God. Otherwise, I'll get her the sack. But yeah, I would take nod on Bad Boy just for the fact that he can come on for 20, 30 minutes and change a game. At least he's going to give you that. Whereas Lo Celso, he goes missing a lot and he gets injured a lot. And he only performs for Argentina. When he plays for us, he hasn't really shown much, has he?
No, he has not.
No.
I want to show this. This just popped into my lookings around. Let me see. I'm going to share screen real quick. Ellie, you might like this. So if you're not looking at the screen, look at the screen. Ivan Perisic dialing back the years. Let me see if I can zoom this in. Nope, I can't. Wait, maybe if I do it like this, and do it like this. There we
His
go.
legs are amazing, aren't they?
So that's Ivan Perisic. I don't know why he's putting on the face of like a girl in high school. It's like selfies with my girl. You know, he's putting on that like silly. I'm so silly. But I mean, look at the man's fucking legs. Look at that left leg.
Flipping
That is
hell.
insane. And people are saying he's done. He's past it. He's old. He's cooked. I've been saying keep him on. Let him play for 15 minutes at the end of a match. He can put a couple balls in the box, and we don't need him to defend. As long as we don't ask him to defend, those thighs surely could do some damage on the pitch. No?
We haven't let him go yet, have we?
No, we still have him for another year contractually.
I think you're right there. Keep him for the, when you need to sort of shore up a match, and or if you're losing and you need a goal, because he can pin across that boy. Mm-hmm. He's very accurate with his crossing.
Yeah, I think we just saw. Oh, go ahead, sorry, Ellie.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, I think we saw last year that when he played in the 3-5-2 at Inter and the Serie A, it was a much better fit for him. Moving to the Premier League, which I think is a bit of a faster league, as well as the 3-4-3. I know it doesn't seem like much of a change, but I just think not having that extra midfielder that can come in and take away some of the defensive responsibilities for him. We just saw it was just a bad all-around fit. But if he's as a left winger, I mean, he was great at the World Cup, right?
Yeah.
He was great at the World Cup.
He was.
He's still playing for Croatia, which is
they made it to the semi, right? Croatia made it to semis.
Yeah. You have him as a left wing option, especially if we're moving to a back four.
Yeah, come in for Son and just come in for Son the last 10 minutes of a match. I'm fine with that. I think he's still. I mean, the dude's in phenomenal shape for his age. Yeah. Phenomenal shape. There's no reason to think that the clock has turned. That he's all bad at this point.
We're down a goal. You can even leave Son on and put him out there. When we're down a goal, the other team isn't going to be coming at us too much. You get him in there to cross balls into the box.
It could be nice.
Like, you can use him there. Keep Sonny out there and put Sonny right up with KANE as a front two, and then he can kind of play and cross balls into the box. But there's a role for him as a bench player and as a left wing. Yeah. Keep him away from left wing back or anything like that. So.
And also, where he's in the training in the dressing room, right? When you see Perisic sitting there, you're playing before him, like Udoji. He's getting in before him, and he's thinking that gives that young boy confidence. He's saying, "Look, I'm keeping Perisic out the side. I'm getting him on the bench."
That must be what Sessegnon was thinking too.
Sessegnon was so injured, he didn't care, did he?
Hotspur. Here's Conte for you right there.
He's like the Darren Anderton of the right wing back.
Gosh, I can't wait to get rid of him. We couldn't win under Poch when we had a great first 11. True, Luca, very true. Scott, I didn't ask you, Gio or Indom Daddy?
If it's solely for the cam role, I might choose Indom Belly just because I don't think Gio Lo Celso is a cam. I think he's more. It was overall. I think Lo Celso's the better player because he actually plays football. He doesn't sit on the bench and waste time. But I think Indom Belly, some of the passes he could make, he's a better fit for that. But honestly, we don't need either one of them. Lo Celso, I know you hate him that much, and that's fine. I think he's where he should be. He's in Spain and Villarreal. He does well for that.
Him and Brian Hill can do just fine in Spain. Yeah,
he should not do anything at the Premier League level. But if I had to choose one, I'd probably take Lo Celso because I think I could find a role for him. Indom Belly, you just can't find a role for a guy that doesn't care to play football, right? Like
he can come in. He can come off the bench for 15 minutes and plug a pass or two. Not really asked to run around too much.
I just wish there was an injection that you can inject him with.
Take Højbjerg's heart, desire, and drive and insert it into Indom Bad Boy, and you got a hell of a player.
We have so many. That's the problem with our club. We have too many players like that where we need to combine two players into one.
like Emerson and Porro.
Yeah.
You combine them and we'll have one hell of a ride back. Adrian says we got Kulusevski and Hill, maybe even Alfie Devine, who could be worth a try as a creative midfield. It'd be interesting. I really think we'll see some funky formations, some funkadelic attempts at stuff during the preseason, which is why I cannot wait. I think we're less than a month away. Let me look. We play in Perth July 18th, less than a month away, y'all, from playing our first preseason game. So we need this business done and already handled. Bissouma and Bentancur midfield brings me that, please. Big up DJ says, good day, folks. Good day, DJ19. That's a new name in the chat. Says, good to listen while I demo a room. Oh, shoot. That's got to be a lot of fun. A lot of manual labor there. Make sure you wear the appropriate eye protection. Protect them eyes. You only got 2. Getting guys in is the popcorn talk. Also, I think it's imperative to get these tag-around players off the books. Who you need out and how many. Enjoy. For me, DJ, I need. Okay, so I'm gonna do realistic, Scott, because I know we both can sit here and be like, I'll probably say 11 off the books right now, easy peasy, get 11. You probably are more 15 to 16. I'm assuming.
I was gonna say I think I got 22.
So I'll probably say 11 players for me. I can count them. I did a show where I ranked some of them. I didn't save that photo, but real quick, I'll rattle off some of the names that I think immediately have to go, and I'll start with the man. Here's my obligatory play of the clip. Why he's number 1 on my list of why you must go.
And you guys never win anything, right? No.
Eric Dyer, man of 10 years with Tottenham Hotspur, laughing at the fact that we don't win anything. If you watch the show enough, you know that I play that clip too often because I think he's got to go. That's just how I feel. He's got to go. So I'm starting off with Eric Dyer's got to go. Davinson Sanchez has got to go. Hugo Lloris has got to go. Giovanni Lo Celso. Harry Winks. That's 5. I think Sessegnon needs to go. I think Longley needs to go. I don't want to sign Longley. Tanganga needs to go. We got so many right backs. Maybe we send Jed out on loan. I'm already at 8 that just need to go. But let's see who else returns from loan. Reguilon returns from loan. I guess keep him there. I will get rid of him. I don't like him enough.
Did you say Joe Roden?
Joe Roden, gotta get. Joe Roden. I got nothing against Joe Roden. I ain't seen enough of Joe Roden to say I don't like him or not like him. I ain't seen him when he goes on loan. I ain't seen him for us, barely, hardly any. I've seen him when he plays for Wales, and I think he's actually half decent. So, at least for Wales, but Richarlison's half decent. Well, actually, he wasn't this past break, but Richarlison usually can be half decent for Brazil.
Wales just got killed 4-0 by somebody, didn't they? Some bad team.
Was
Rob's
it a bad
in the
team?
chat? He's Welsh, right? Rob Patterson.
Whoever was correcting us on the.
Yeah, Wales just got gave up 4 goals to somebody. I can't remember who it is, but it was a bad team to give up 4 goals against.
Okay, so ESPN's now changed
or Albania or something like that. Like it was.
Was it yesterday?
No, it was last week, I think.
When
around the same time England won 7-0, I think.
Was it a friendly? Because Brazil lost to Senegal.
Armenia, 4-2. They lost on June 16th.
Oh,
they gave 4 goals to Armenia.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, well, let him go too. There's plenty more that need to go.
And I think somebody said that it was, Davies was playing left back. I thought it was like a combo of Davies, Rodon in the center backs. I was like, that's a bad deal. Yeah, but they lost 4-2 to Armenia, right, Rob?
That can't be good. I think he asked to be let go, didn't he? Saw a few reports that he wanted to go back to Inter. This is about Perisic.
Yeah, I think there's talk
that came out
maybe.
right when the season ended. I think it's because of the Conte thing. Who knows? Yeah, if he doesn't want to be here, let him go. But I still think them.
Remember when there was a report there was going to be like 7 guys who were going to rip up their contracts? I think one of the rumors was Perisic might be willing to
accept a rip up,
take his contract because he's going to go to Inter and get paid anyways. But
Yeah, I think he's okay. I'll take him for another year, even if he's fucking. Like I said, I just use him as a sub, keep him on the bench. I think it's good to have veterans around that can but I want him to care and show Udogie a thing or two to give a shit. I think that'd be great. Spurs fans will never forgive Ndombele for walking slowly off the pitch against Morecambe. Well, they might be forced to. Not forgive him, but watch him at least. Lo Celso played up front, front two sometimes in Villarreal. I didn't see it. I like the Samuel Chukwueze though from Villarreal. Maybe they'll give us him for Lo Celso. Jacob, the football season starts Saturday, August 12th, but the transfer window shuts September 1st, 6 p.m., 19 days after the season starts. I'm just saying, Adrian, I would like to go to Australia and do this whole preseason tour with our squad or with who Ainge wants. That's what I want. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't have much confidence that's going to happen, but you never know. It might happen. Would be quicker to list who to keep. Big up Druzilla. Hope you got that clip. I know you clipped it of Sean saying this was 4D chess or whatever it was. That was great. Let's just give us 1 second for Jacob's beautiful green shirt. Hey, I love this away kit. This is a great kit. And it's got Sonny, if you can see that. Can you see that? It's got Sonny. There you go. It's got some Sonny. I love Joe, but thanks, Jacob. We lost 2-0. Armenia 4-2. Euro qualifiers, that's what it was. Yep. Last game was Turkey, and we lost 2-0. So they can't stop conceding, it appears like. Druzilla's asking where in the U.S. Big up from Kansas City, Missouri. Big up Kansas City. Tech Nine's very own, if you know that rapper anyway. I'm from Texas. Originally from Dallas, currently in El Paso, chairperson of the El Paso Spurs. Hope you're doing well. Michael's also from Dallas and El Paso, just like I am. Big up Kansas City. Are you an MLS fan? Sporting KC fan? You got that one guy, that Scottish guy, Johnny Russell. Football, if Indom Bad Boy starts balling out under Ainge, fans will forget about Morecambe 100%, says Football. Ellie, you going to forget about Morecambe should Indom Bad Boy get, what, let's say 6 goal contributions in 5 games? Maybe he gets 4 assists and a couple of goals? Let's just dream here, Ellie. What do you think? You forgive him? Oh. I don't know if Ellie's there. Well, I'll move it along. Marcus Carlson, big up Marcus Carlson, says, in my opinion, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Ivan Perisic. Hey, look, he's even got the little things above the name too, that they need to leave as well. Marcus, on this channel, I've been saying for the past few weeks, months even, that if you have been at the club for 4 more years and your name isn't Harry Kane or Heung-min Son, I'm totally fine if you leave. I want you to leave. It's time to refresh. You know, sometimes when you've been sleeping in the same old dusty bed and the same old dusty sheets, you got to sometimes freshen it up. You got to shake the things out, open up a window, aerate, maybe put a purifier in there with some lavender scent, make it nice. You got to, you know, get going a little bit. And that's just my feeling. So Marcus, I agree with you. Perisic, if he wants to be here, I'll take him for another year. I'll let him see out his contract and then let him move on.
If Ellie isn't reacting to that comment, you know that she's not there.
Yeah, she's not there.
She would be jumping in right now at that playback. So I'll quickly say I agree with you on Højbjerg.
Yeah. I mean, I think my general rule of thumb is pretty good if I do say so myself and pat myself on the back here. If you've been here for 4 or more years, it's time to go. Højbjerg falls in that category. So by luck of the draw, he got to go for me too. Lisa says, big up Casey.
And you know that what I think, because I don't include I include Kane and Son in that. If you've been here 4 more years, you got to go. Kane and Son included, but not because I want to see them go for their own benefit. I think they need to go win things. I think they need to go to a club that wants to win things. And it's not just a shot at Levy. It's because I think most of us are saying we're looking at probably a 1 to 2 to 3 year rebuild. I think you don't have 30-year-old Kane, 30-year-old Son if you're looking at the next 2 seasons not competing. It's not just meant to be a shot at Levy, although it is also a shot at Levy because everything's a shot at Levy. But I do think if you're looking at the team, if you want to do it correctly and you could make potentially 180 million from their sales. I don't know, maybe not that much. 150 to 200 million, like that refreshes your whole squad. When we're concerned about buying, we're saying we want to get Tapsoba and we need to buy a cheaper keeper. Well, let's sell those two guys. You can buy the players you really need to make this a successful rebuild with project, whatever word you want to use. I know sometimes people get upset if you use the wrong word.
Yeah,
but
careful now, Scott, with your verbiage.
That's
How
right.
dare you mud yourself like that? Drew Zilla, I'm an expat, originally from London, been here since 2008, followed MLS and Sporting KC for a little, but when Prem started playing on Fox and NBCSN, it was game over. I miss when it was just on NBCSN. Well, maybe I miss because I used to have an NBC login, and now it's all Peacock and ESPN Plus and blah, blah, blah. You got to get Paramount Plus, but we don't need Paramount Plus this year because we're not in European football, so I guess we can cancel that subscription. El Tel Cocarel, good evening / morning, guys. Good evening, sir, ma'am. Hope you're doing well. Whenever I think of Ndombele, I have a vision of a 20-pound undercooked McDonald's burger with soggy fries. I didn't know you can order a 20-pound burger at McDonald's, but I mean, I guess it's a burger. I guess it's kind of more plastic than burger, but that is neither here nor there. There she is. The wonderful Ellie has returned.
Yeah.
There she is. We can see her this time.
Yeah. See, I was just thinking, right? You said that Hotspur was been here for 4 years or more. He's only been here for 3 years, by the way.
I thought so. This would be his fourth year.
3 years. This is his 4th year coming up now.
Oh no! So he gets by. I've been saying for months. I've been saying for months, Ellie, that he's got to go because he. Oh, we got to keep him then, I guess.
I think they're going to sell him, I think they're going to sell him because there's been a lot of noises, haven't there? And most of the time when there's noises like that, you normally see a player leave.
To his credit, he is actually one of the players we could actually get money for, if you think about it. Yeah. Some of these players, no one wants to buy them. They're waiting for us to rip up their contract. No one wants them, and we'll be lucky to sell them for 5 to 10 mil each. But I feel like he might be one. We could get 25, 30, and that's to his credit. We could probably get 25, 30 for him from somebody. I heard Bayern Munich maybe sniffing around. I don't know.
Yeah, do you know what? Right, you haven't seen the best of him, right? Because he's been playing in a 2-man midfield with a rookie in Skip, who's wet behind the ears. When he played with Bentancur, you see the difference, right? But not only that, when you've got a 2-man midfield and you've got a right wing back that can't defend, right, in Porro, and then you had Emerson out, and then you had a left wing back in. Either Sessegnon or Davies. What do you expect? You can't expect that man to cover all of those jobs, right? But he was pointing everywhere to get into place, no one was like drilled enough to make a difference in terms of the midfield though. He was exposed a lot, and you saw it wasn't fair on Hotspur because he got a lot of stick, right? But when he plays for Denmark, he plays in a 3-man midfield, and that's a big difference. Mm-hmm. If you play Bissouma, Benny, and Hotspur, you've got a fantastic midfield there. Even without a Maddison, that would be a fantastic midfield.
I agree with you.
That's my speech.
You know what? Hey, I've also said I don't mind even if we do get a better midfielder and we just rock with the Bentancur and the Bissouma, and we have like a Maddison type because that I wouldn't mind him coming in and locking up a game for us when we're up top. You know what I mean? We're up 3-1 or something. Put Hotspur on for the last 20 minutes. I think he can do a job, and he's got the heart and the hustle to at least give a shit. And that's what I care about too, about someone coming off the bench. Real quick though, Ellie, Fab did tweet this 7 minutes ago. This last line: Spurs will insist for Maddison.
Yeah. Well, why not? Because he's going to create goals for us, and he's going to score goals for us. What did he score? I think he scored 13 and assisted, or was it the other way around? I think he assisted 13, and I think he scored 15 or 16. So either
Big up,
way,
Drew.
that is a better return than any midfielders we've had since we've had Eriksen. And we haven't really replaced him. So he'll be a fantastic replacement. Yeah. And I think he's only 27, is he? 26, 27? So he's at the peak of his career now. We've got him right at the right time.
Yeah, I think he's
27. Is he 27, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah.
Maddison.
Oh, Maddison's 26.
Oh,
He's 26, yes. Either way, we've got him right near his peak because I think most players peak about 27, 28. So I'm looking forward. I hope we get it over the line, lads. I hope we get this one over the line. So I really do like
I think this would be one that could really grab the fans by the scruff and pull us together and force us to hug, even if we don't want to, because that is a statement signing. And we haven't had a statement signing in some time. I think the last time I felt super statement signing, honestly, biasly, I love Bissouma. So when we signed him, I was over the moon with him. I think I hyped up the transfer window a little bit just because I was so excited to get him in. But since that, I mean, maybe when we loaned Gareth Bale was the last time I was super, super excited for a player. But I feel like James Maddison comes in and would unite the fans. Honestly, I still stand by. I'd rather have Ezzy at my club personally because I think he's a great guy and I think he offers on the pitch just about as much. I feel like we've seen how good James Maddison can be, and that's what he can give you. But I feel like with Ezzy, the best is still yet to be seen, and he's shown you so many good things still. Rob Patterson says Newcastle have their own thing. Can't remember his name. It is Tonali. They're working on Tonali.
Yeah, I think Maddison is, in my view, is clearly a better player right now than Ezzy, and that's not I like Ezzy as well. I think Maddison is arguably the best. Certainly the best English player at his position right now, and one of the top players in the whole Prem. So that doesn't mean, but Eze might be, like you said, and we talked about. I said I had a few concerns about his off field. You had a few concerns, like in the past. You said some terrible things about Spurs and Spurs players. Yeah, and he is. I mean, if you are saying that we're going for 2 years, does he want to come in and be part of a project for 2 years and 2 years from now? So Eze might be a better fit, but I do think right now.
And then think about it too.
You bring Eze in, you're hoping he turns into what Maddison is now, maybe a little better. But I mean,
it is a little bit of the gamble that he will be better than what But I feel like Maddison, what he brings you, it's almost guaranteed that he's going to get you almost 30 goal contributions this season because that's right damn near what he averages for the 4-year stretch. So, and the injury concern, I'm not as concerned about the injury concern was over Maddison that I've heard.
I know. I think Bryce was in the chat saying you really think we're going to get him. I don't. The only reason I think we do is because it sounds like his wife wants to come to London. I think if his wife didn't want to come to London, then there's no chance. But if she really is pushing that he wants to come to London, he's not going to go to Chelsea, and I can't see him going to Arsenal. So we're kind of the only one we have. But I would love Eze too. Like it wouldn't be the 10 out of 10 that I was talking about, but it would still be 7, 8 out of 10 for Eze. He's a great. I wanted him when he was coming out, and this isn't me trying to say I'm some sort of super scout. I'm just easy to pick out.
Well, I've wanted Guglielmo for the past 3 seasons. I thought Guglielmo was the best.
You got him. I wanted him when he was 15. I thought we should have signed him then.
Me too. I've been watching him ever since he was in the Italian Academy. I've got a YouTube link that sends me straight to the live feed of the practice fields, and I've been watching him since he was just a wee lad. No,
you do say about a little concern about Maddison's injuries. That's why I think it would be great to have him, and people were talking about Alex Scott. Bring them both in. Let's bring 2 players in.
Yeah,
really solidify. Especially if the reports are true. I heard they're willing to look at selling him for 20 million. Like, to me, that's worth it. Spend that 20 million on him.
Absolutely.
We're saving money on Kulu. We're saving money on the goalkeeper. Let's get him in.
Yeah. Adrian Schroka says 20-year-old Xavi Simons is an option at creative midfielder. Adrian, you've watched this channel long enough. I have gone on and on about Xavi Simons and how much I love this kid. I've watched him. Now, this is actually me being serious, not me talking about Guglielmo Vicario being like, oh, I've watched that was a joke. But fair play to anyone who's actually seen me on any of the channels I go on. I always say a youngster I like is Xavi Simons. When I play FIFA and I create a career with Tottenham, one of my first moves, top 5 moves, is always to sign Xavi Simons, just because I think he's a very versatile player. He's got a huge ceiling. He had a great season at PSV. He had a brace in the final game to send them to Champions League. The kid is clutch. Again, it is the Eredivisie. He didn't prove it for PSG, but he did do great things at the PSG's lower academy level. So I'm just saying, this is a kid I've loved. However, I know that his agent is the son of someone who works at Arsenal. So there's the football director's son. His agent is Xavi Simons' agent. So I believe Arsenal are in for him. I know I saw Fabrizio tweet yesterday that, and I sent this to Michael because I've been gassing up Xavi Simons for years to Michael, and he's always like, LOL, we're never going to get him, LOL. And so there was a tweet that Fabrizio sent out that said, Paris Saint-Germain, they have a buyback clause to get, like, he went to PSV on a free, but they have a buyback clause of it's only 6 million to get him back. And and they have until the end of until July 31st to activate it, I believe. It's either June 31st or July 31st that they have.
July. It's for the month of July. They have
the month of July to recall him, and it's only 6 million. So you got to assume that they will, because he had a great season. Recall him, sell him for 25 is what they'll probably end up doing. But on the list of teams, we are quote unquote want to be contacted FC. We want to remain in the loop with what's happening with him. I think it was Liverpool, Arsenal, us, Dortmund,
Brighton. I've seen.
Brighton, yeah, it was Brighton, Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool, and Dortmund. We all were like, keep us informed on what's going on with this kid. And I was just happy that we were included, because I really didn't think we'd be smart enough to include ourselves in the interest pool of that. But yeah, PSG do have that buyback option. I think it's 6 mil. It's very cheap. I thought Spurs too was a thing.
Is not the current. It's the old Arsenal, David Dean or whatever.
The ex.
Ellie would know who, right?
That's right.
His son. Is his agent, the son of? Is it David Dean? Is that right? Is that
David Dean? Yeah, he's a twat.
Yeah, his son is his agent.
Yeah, David Dean. That's what. The Dean. That name sounds familiar. Drew Zilla, big up, Drew. Thank you for tuning in. I see you all the time on Irish Hotspur, Henry Wright, Spurs Talk Show, etc. So, big up yourself, and I'm really happy that you're here as well. Drew Zilla weighing in saying, I think Eze will cost more due to his contract. Palace won't sell him to us unless he makes some noise, which I don't think that he would. I don't think that he would either. He's such a good guy. He seems like such a nice fucking guy. He's the kind of guy, if you have a daughter, you don't mind him dating your daughter kind of guy. But James Maddison, your daughter come home with James Maddison one day, you start saying, honey, what did I do? Did I upset you? Was I not there for you enough as a father? But I feel like with Eze, that's the guy, like, go on, honey. Yeah, you can be out late. You can stay out late an extra couple hours. I trust Eze. He seems like a very trustworthy guy. Matters more likely because of the relegation.
Liverpool go in for him, because he's a very cultured midfielder. He scored 10 goals and 4 assists, coming back from a major injury as well. Remember, so to come back from an injury and have those stats is pretty good. And I used to watch him at QPR because he was at QPR. That's my husband's team, and I thought he was a fabulous player in the Championship. But you know what? I think he's a Liverpool type of player. I think we'll be better off getting Maddison, because I think he's got a big buyout clause as well, Eze. I think, is it 40 odd million to buy his contract?
I claimed that. I was on Sean had a live stream and I claimed it. And then everyone said, what's your source? And I was just like, at whoever the fuck on Twitter. And so it's not verified. that, but I'm pretty sure I read somewhere, and then other people looked into it, and no one saw that was actually a fact. So it might not be true that Ezzy has a 45 million buyout clause, because if he did, we should activate it, but he might not even have that. So I might just be blowing smoke on my own ass.
Yeah.
DJ says, I believe all of our signings are going to be Moneyball type of signings where we all go, quote, who? Not sure we stump up 60 mil for any player. We stumped up 60 mil for Richarlison. I also heard a rumor that Ainge doesn't even want Richarlison. And that's supposed to be our Harry Kane replacement for when he leaves on a free next summer.
You know, there's nothing wrong with a who player either, right? Because look at Brighton. They had who players. And look how they did this season. They finished above
every year. They have who players, yeah. And we bought, we and Chelsea. Chelsea bought Cucurella, one of their best players. We bought Bissouma, one of their best players. And then it's like, don't worry, we got Caicedo. Don't worry, we got Estupiñán. Don't worry, who? That's who.
I think that. I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're right there, Ellie. Who?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I did with Guglielmo. And you know what, Scott? He's going to be Buffon. I'm calling it now. We got the next Buffon.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna go all for who, because I think we'll know some of them, but
good day, Wilton says good day, Queen Ellie. We at least know Maddison. The next one we're linked with. I just hope this Maddison shit don't draw out all summer. And honestly, if it's that expensive, I really feel like our options elsewhere could be explored. And I'm not upset with it if we spend 10, 15 million less and get someone else. But I'm also really, I'd be fine with Maddison. I like that we got some movement, some shaking. Now I need to see some rumors of players being linked to other clubs. When the season ended, Davinson Sanchez allegedly was like 2 Premier League clubs allegedly interested in Davinson Sanchez. 2 Premier League clubs allegedly interested in Davinson Sanchez. And he said no. He said, I want to go to another league. He doesn't even want to play in the Prem. Think about that. So that's fine.
Well, he should leave the Prem because the Prem is not for him. He is not that level. When they said Premier League team, I thought maybe you meant Colombian Premier League.
Primera División.
I'm sure my niece said he's going to Flamengo. Is that correct? Flamengo?
Yeah, that's a Brazil team, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what my niece said on our stream this afternoon. Flamingo.
Well, sounds cool to me. I like flamingos. Bryce says, Bryce, plain old Bryce. You just know we won't get Maddison, and our excuse will be that we already have Brian Hill. And since you mentioned Brian Hill, obligatory picture I have to put up. Paratici Masterclass. I receive nothing, and you receive Lamella, Brian Hill, 25 million, and a UEL trophy.
Yes.
Masterclass from Paratici, Mr. Masterclass.
Like we've got a curse on our club, isn't it, Jacob? Players leave and they win things, and when they're with us, they win nothing.
And Dombele's coming back with a trophy as well.
Yeah, he's got a Serie A medal.
The Serie A medal. I mean, think about that. That's
Nuno
insane
won
to
a
me.
trophy too. I mean, what?
You know what I mean?
Nuno's won consecutive trophies.
Yeah.
He can't be stopped.
Everybody's a
He's
winner.
tearing it up in the Saudi league right now.
I heard
It'll be interesting
somebody
once they
say
get more
Kane
talent.
leave, and then we'll win something.
What if it's Kane? What if as the first year Kane leaves, we win a trophy, and it's Kane that he never wins a trophy. He goes to Real Madrid, they lose every final, and then he goes to United, and they lose every final.
He'll go to PSG and they'll blow the league the 1 year he's
No, yeah, Leon will step back up or something.
and we win something. Oh,
That'll be great.
Say, curse that
big up.
Kane. Curse him.
Curse the Kane. Rob says, I just want to say on behalf of all the people watching now and that will watch in the future, thanks for throwing the Spurs fans into the general public. I think that's a really good thing. It sounds like a good thing.
I don't know what
Is
that
he
means.
being sarcastic?
I don't know.
But I'll take it. Big up, Rob. Thanks. Rob usually only says good things to me. So.
Sarcasm.
Thanks for throwing us into the. It's like throwing us into the street to get run over by a bus, or throwing us onto a nice fluffy pillow, and then I'll throw a stuffed animal at you just for a little extra comfort. I don't know.
To the lions.
I believe we will get 3 center backs, including Longley. Then we can make moves for a quality creative midfielder and a winger who can play on both flanks. The center backs that I've actually like a lot of these links that we're linked with. Tapsoba. I've watched a lot of Bayern Leverkusen this season. Yeah. I have, and I'm not saying that again to sound hipster or anything. I wanted to pay attention to a Bundesliga team specifically, so I looked at them all, and I chose Leverkusen. 1, because Sonny used to play there, and 2, because I really liked their director of football, their sporting director, what he's doing. He's brought in the guys like Tapsoba, Hincapi, Frimpong, Florian Wirtz, Patrick Schick. He's brought in Moussa Diaby. These are guys all that walk into our starting 11. So he's got an eye for talent. I like what they're doing over there. And the fact that we are linked with Tapsoba, Edmund Tapsoba, I've rated him half this season. I've really liked him. I like the way he plays. I would love Tapsoba to play. He is right-footed, and we will be asking him to play there on the left side, but I'll take it. I would not. Druzillo says, I would not be opposed to the Pigeon leaving for Spain and getting us a better understudy for KANE, but we got bigger things to do at the moment, so I'd rather get goalkeeper, center back, attacking midfielder, and right wing. Those I agree. My order should. We already got the goalkeeper thing sorted, right? Right, Scott? We got our number 1.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Bringing in. I don't see how we're bringing in another keeper. I mean, I don't love Forster as the backup, but we can't be spending 19 million on a backup keeper right now.
Yeah, so that's actually insane. If
Forster or Austin, whoever they choose. The reality is if we're down to our second string keeper, who cares? We're not. Our season's done. So might as well just have one of those guys in there. But no. I'll say I liked what Adrian said right up until he said including. So if we can just stop it at, I believe we'll get 3 center backs and cut out that Longley part, then I'm excited because
cut out that Longley.
The names we've been talking about are great. Other than Longley, I don't understand how we're going. I don't think Longley's good at all, but certainly not in a system where Ange is going to want to play a high line like. That guy, he'll as soon as they touch the goalkeeper kicks the ball, he'll have to start running back with how long it takes for him to turn and move, right? Like he'll just have to start turning before they even move the ball. He's so slow at getting around. So.
I've heard people even throw around maybe we should put him at left back.
No, we should put him at Barcelona.
We should give back. Yeah, there's a reason we did it with no option, and now we're like, maybe there should have been an option.
Left-sided center back in a back 3 is where he should be, and we're not playing a back 3, so Gonzo.
Yeah.
I need to delete some of these Antonio Conte photos I've saved on here. Like, look at this. Let's just cycle through some of the memories real quick before we end this show.
They're both gone.
They're both gone, yeah. But this was fun. This was vibes for about a week.
Hold on to it in case Conte goes to Bayern or something, and then he goes to I guess if he goes to Bayern, he'll be knocking him out.
Also got this one because he ended Tuchel's career. That was fun. And then this happened.
Aww.
Rest in peace.
Aww.
And then it led to this.
Yeah.
So a lot of these are appropriate still. I'm going to delete some of these Conte ones just because it's like looking at photos of an old lover. And yes, it was good times sometimes, but there was also not good times. Yeah. Sucks. But, hey, it is what it is. Jordan, big up Jordan, says, already a decent start to the window, to be fair. New manager bounce. Kulu deal is done. New keeper through the door. Hopefully this is the start of something really big for us. Come on, you Spurs. Hopefully it is. I don't want to get my hopes up too soon. But if we lock up this, we get Maddison, we get Tapsoba, I'm flying. If we get Tapsoba, James Maddison, and the next Buffon, come on.
I'd love to get that Victor Nelson as well. Victor Nelson, I've been watching him. I sent him on the group chat as well.
Was that Galatasaray?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's a very hard league, that Turkish league. They're very strong players, right? You've got to be tough to play.
The fans don't let you be a little walkover either. Look what they did to Delhi. They got a one sniff of Delhi and his antics, and they said, send your ass back to London.
Yeah. They sent his ass straight back, didn't they?
Big up, Bill.
Yeah, those fans weren't talking about Delhi just needs a new fit, a new club, a new something. They knew right away. Nope, this guy's not for us. He is not for us.
Big up, DJ Green Alert says afternoon. Big up. We're here almost at 2 hours. Please do hit that like. We will be ending off very soon. 34 votes in the poll, 26 likes, 28 likes. So by my math, that's 26. Or excuse me, that's 6 hating ass motherfuckers, not 26. That'd be a lot of hating motherfuckers right now. It's a little late to be hating on that much. But please do smash up them likes and participate in the poll. So far, the winner is who when it comes to Guglielmo. Who? Like an owl. Who's that? Who that there? And then second place, tied for second place, is Levy being cheap again. And Brighton move, I like it. There you go, Scott. Some Brighton move, I like it is back in the mix. And in last place is called It's Googly Elmo, you fool. Which it might be. That's how I feel about wrong lay. Instead of long lay. And he clicked a like straight away. What a lad. Big up, DJ. Thank you for that. We've talked about a lot, y'all. We've talked about mostly Guglielmo in the beginning, a little bit of Sandro Tonali going to Newcastle and what that might mean for for us, what that might mean for our outlook, and as far as James Maddison goes, because now Newcastle can't sweep him off his feet. And we talked a little bit about center backs as well. We've got a late addition to the crew popping up late before I end the stream. Is the one and only Colin from Talking, freshly shaved. Where did it go? He got naked face out.
Yeah,
you look like about 18 years old.
Like a little baby.
You look like you're in the 1990s with that puka shell necklace and the fresh baby face. Wow, what a sight.
There's a time travel machine up there.
I got one. Don't worry. I have one, actually.
The Indiana time machine. All right, I see you. I see you.
1998.
So you're ending it, though, I hear, right? You're ending this?
Yeah, but let me ask you a couple questions before I do that.
I just got off work. I need some good people. I've been talking to people I don't like for 8 hours. So, I need to talk to some good people.
Well, you can talk to us, but a damn sure ain't going to be 8 hours. I know that much. But, Colin, you're at work. I don't know if you know. Fabrizio Romano, he tweeted. He said, he said, here we go. In a Mario. He said, here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, everyone. Scott, you need to do it too. Let me hear your bad Mario impression. Here we go.
Here we go.
That was bad.
That's so Canadian. That was so Canadian.
I don't know how to do. What was the other one? Oh, I tried to do an Australian accent. I'm not an accent.
It all just sounds. It's all. Yeah, it's beautiful, Scott. I love it. I love you.
Anyway. So
we're getting it.
Don't do accents.
Yeah, we're working on it.
We're getting that keeper. We're getting that keeper though, right?
Guglielmo Vicario. How do you feel?
Guglielmo Vicario. I mean, fine, I guess, right? I mean,
Guglielmo, come on.
Cool.
Guglielmo train.
Get on it, baby. Get on it get. Here's how, I don't know. So we needed a new keeper, right? Our keepers that we had are trash. I think I heard Scott saying that. Like our backup keepers from the academy can't do it clearly, or we'd have had them doing more work by now. So we need something. I don't know. Is it going to be great? Maybe. I mean, they clearly, there are people, even though we like to say that Levy runs the club and football people need to run the club, there are football people in charge. And I feel like this deal wasn't made solely on money. It had to have been made off of some footballing decisions as well. There must be some underlying stats that I don't know. He can't be. I know the club has signed players that are shit before, but I just don't feel like he is. Oh no, I've lost you. I can't hear you. Hold on. One moment.
No, I'm muted. I was muted. I was gonna say, but we do that on loan deals, right? Like with Galini, right? It's like he's shit. He's probably gonna be shit. We'll loan deal and we'll just not pick up the option if we don't like him. But we signed this guy to allegedly, if the reports are to be correct, a 5-year deal, which would mean we have this lad through the prime of his physical prime, from 26 to 31. We'll have this cat. Who's to say he can't be the next Gigi Buffon?
I mean, yeah, there must be something that is seen in him by like the scouting department or something. I don't know. I feel like he's got to be something. So I'm excited for it.
Bryce,
Yeah, I think that's the worst case scenario, right? Is that he's Golini. I don't think he's going to be.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be that.
I wonder how much he's on. I wonder how much he's on a week. You know what I mean? Like what kind of wages he's on.
I don't know.
I heard it was 75 to 85,000.
Okay. All right, that's standard. That's pretty standard, right? I mean,
hey, real quick, I just saw PSV, my Eredivisie team, is about to sign. They're on the verge of reaching an agreement for Ricardo Pepi, El Chucozone, USA's true number 9. Big up. Hope they do sign him and he can do some big stuff. I love
damage over there, bro. Watch out for him. Yeah.
Not as long as Berhalter's there. He's going to be playing.
Oh, hey.
Well, no, Berhalter hates him. Berhalter left him out of the World Cup squad, and I rioted. And anytime I see any... Oh, and we fired Berhalter because he kicked his wife. He physically assaulted his wife. So we fired him for that, but we brought him back, so it's all good.
I mean, yeah, he said he was sorry. He was sorry that he kicked her.
Douchebag.
Yeah.
No kidding. Big old douchebag.
Yeah.
But also, so you're on the same page with us about Vicario. You're just it remains to be seen.
I'm just like, oh cool, a signing. I don't know. I'm excited about stuff.
The next question I want to ask you, Colin, does he look like a guy from high school?
Yeah, he does. He looks like a guy that
he does, doesn't he? He looks like one of those guys in the parking lot.
Here's a beer, dude. You want?
Yeah, dude. You going to fucking Allen's tonight, dude? We're gonna get totally wasted, bro.
Come on, bro.
He's that guy.
I look like I would go with him too with this outfit I have on. So.
Well, I mean, let's take his because I'm biased when I see
him.
that. I'll definitely join him. But like that face is the guy who is the face of a guy at the party who's like
put a Letterman jacket. Put a Letterman jacket on that guy.
No, I'm saying he's that guy at the party that you're like, he's at every party. He's always got a beer in his hand, but he never seems that drunk. You know what I'm saying? He's always got a beer, but he's never that drunk. That's the kind of guy he looks like to me.
He looks like an Italian Hotspur.
So there was one of the photos that I was looking at of him. Hang on, let me see if I can find it real quick. He looks like Doherty in this one.
Oh yeah, definitely does.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Doherty.
It's funny how much a haircut can like change a person's look.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's that. The latest from Fab was that we are still in for Maddison. So the last thing I want to ask you, Colin, about James. So
it's been a good day.
Newcastle has gotten closer. They're on the verge of signing Sandro Tonali from AC Milan. So if they do that, then in theory they shouldn't be able to pay for James Maddison, or they won't be able to afford, etc. They may not even need him. So it might make
they play the same position. I guess I'm an idiot. I don't know.
Well, Tonali's more of like a true 8 rather than a 10 like Maddison, but
they don't really play with 10s this season. But I would assume that they would. I don't know. That's weird.
So it looks like Maddison may have no option but to come to Tottenham Hotspur. If we sign a goalkeeper, we wrap it up first week, and then second week we get Maddison. Third week we get Edmund Tapsoba from Bayern Leverkusen. How are we feeling?
I want one more defender, but I feel good. Get some people out of the club. Get some people if Dyer's there, he's gonna start just based on like seniority and like dumb bullshit around the club, right? So he's got to go. Some people in the club even will say like, his mentality, but I think his mentality actually has to go. That video, we played the video.
We're talking about Dyer?
Yeah.
I always played the video.
And you guys never win anything, right? No.
Fuck him. So we need to get him out of the club too. I mean, yeah, exactly. We need to get him.
The Greek way. He can do the Greek way.
Heck yeah, there you go.
DJ, the guy who beat up his wife, is the manager. He was the manager of the U.S. men's national team. He beat his wife, and then we let him go, and then we brought him back. And the only reason we did that is because the U.S. Soccer Federation, the USSF, the chairperson, the president of that is Greg Berhalter's brother.
No way. Nepotism.
Yeah.
They need to bring back the guy with the apartment for his cats. Do you know that guy? Chuck something?
But they need to hit me up. I'll do the job for way cheaper.
The interim became a cult hero. Adrian Troca says Dyer needs some milk.
Oh, somebody! Oh, he needs some milk.
Dyer needs some milk.
I actually have never seen the extended version with the multiple twirls.
See, I have the shorter version right here.
Somebody, he needs some milk.
So you don't have to see the
tackle.
Oh my gosh!
You can hear the smack on the pavement too. Yeah, it's nice. Well, y'all, that's DJ alert. Sorry, it was a little bit much. Yeah, no. Oh, what's up, Liverpool 12th man? Big up, brother. Hope you're doing well.
Yo, what's up, homie?
Catching us here at the end of we're here at 2 hours. Hit that like, y'all. If you're still here, if you're watching this on playback, now is the time. If you ain't already,
I'm here.
If you get these acquisitions you were talking about, are you contending for top 4 or even? No, I'm not even going to finish reading that because run for a title. That's hilarious. We have as much of a chance running for a title as I have running for president. Wait.
No, we have more of a chance. Statistically, we have way
statistically,
more. President.
Jacob for president. Yeah, that's right.
I think we have an equal chance at winning the title as we do getting relegated. So that's what I would say.
Well, that actually gives me hope. That gives me hope, Scott.
Jacob, you don't know what you're talking about, mate.
Or are you putting a few shrimp on the Barbie?
Yeah.
Liverpool 12th man. What I will say is, even if we have a 10 out of 10 window, top 6 would be my goal. If we have a 10 out of 10 window, if we have a window like I'm expecting, I'm thinking top 8.
I think these guys are all pessimistic little biatches, and I think that top 4 were coming for you. Any team can drop points.
Top 4 were coming for you.
Top 4 were coming for you. Top 4 were coming for you.
If Druzilla's here, clip that. Someone send me the fucking clip of it. I'll save it all season, and we'll see if we make top 4.
Is that you? Top 4?
Is that you? Hello.
10 out of 10 window gets us 6.
Yeah, I think 10 out of 10 window gets us 6, maybe 5th if Ainge is a kangaroo maniac out there.
And he is.
That nothing crazy injury-wise happens.
Yeah.
I think you should put some kangaroos in the dressing room.
Right
and
now,
every time they can see the goal, the kangaroo boots.
Kangaroos are my favorite animal.
See,
this has been a match made in heaven since I was a kid.
Perfect. We get a room full of kangaroos, right? And then if a player has a bad game, we just throw them in there.
Yeah.
Let the kangaroo
figure it out. Yeah. Let the kangaroo sort it out.
Well, Jacob.
Yeah. Adrian, hit the like button if you love Spurs and hate Arsenal. Do what Adrian says. Adrian's up late hanging out with us. Is top 4 really what we want? I want to win something for a change. I don't want top 4.
No.
Technically, we need to change it to our aspirations are now going to be top 5 because going forward, the 5th place will also get in there. But I would like a cup, like a Carabao Cup. I don't care if it's the energy drink cup. I don't care if it's the FA Cup. I would cry if we win the FA Cup.
That Tottenham Town Hall hasn't seen any action for 16 seasons. The last time we won the cup 2008, wasn't it? Oh,
so Liverpool 12th man's asking, why would you not do Europa League and would you be happy with that title? I would be so happy. I wanted the Conference League title. Spurs fans call it the Mickey Mouse Cup. I don't really give a shit what people
How did we lose that?
COVID.
We had a chance at a European trophy though, and
technically we took a 3-0 loss to some team because we didn't have enough players who could play because of COVID. But my point with that is we should have taken care of business early and not left it to the last match. But that's another story.
Yeah, just to be clear though, Liverpool, the reason we don't do Europa League is we didn't qualify. But yes, I'd be very happy. I'd be very happy with that title.
Yeah, I'd be so happy with that. That's an amazing
win. Like it's a quality competition, right?
Technically, we were the first one out of any British team to win it. So how about that?
Ecstatic if we won the Europa League. Even
I would be through the roof.
The Conference League would have been sick. I thought we'd be the first team to win the Europa, the Conference, and the first British team to win the Europa Conference. Because I think we're first British team to win the what is now the Champions League and the Europa League.
No, just Europa. Just Europa. We won what is now the Europa. We won
the European Cup. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Adrian Shoka, top.
Right?
Yeah, what's up, Ellie?
We we drew with Rons, didn't we? 2-2 away, right? And Højbjerg scored in that game, by the way. Just adding that,
Just
right? And then
no
the
reason.
return that leg was the COVID business, wasn't it? Because we said we couldn't play it, and then they threw us out of the competition. And then we give them Jed Spence. We give Rons Jed Spence on loan, which is a bit odd.
A little bit.
You'd think we would have like daggers for that team, but we give him.
No kidding.
Oh.
Well,
it shows
guys,
that
this
the
has been
didn't give a hoot about the team.
This has been a great episode, y'all. Ellie, thank you so much for calling. I gotta go. It is time for dinner, and I am starving. So I didn't plan on doing a 2-hour stream today, but lo and behold, we did. I held on for Colin. I'm not gonna lie. Colin texted me. I said it in the show that Colin texted me, and I at least wanted to wait to say hello, how you doing, and ask you about Guglielmo, because it's Guglielmo season, y'all. Guglielmo Vicario.
I'm gonna get this shirt. Actually, I'll get a tattoo, a chest tattoo.
Don't make lies that you're not gonna do that. don't say that.
If we win a title this season, I'll get a tattoo for him.
Okay.
DJ
I hope you go out
being
tonight and get
better
that
late
chest
than
tattoo
never.
and then he doesn't sign. Just like Colin. Or what was it? No, Sean, what did he say? We are not signing him. We're going to get...
No, Sean said this is
David
4D
Raya.
chess. We're doing this to get the Raya deal lower. So
right at the same time, the text was coming out.
And then literally like 5 minutes later, it came out that we were finalizing a deal. Also, I want to say big up to David with the Solo Dolo super chat of the day. Big up, David, and thank you so much.
Is this David? I just wanted to say thank you for the super chat for the show.
There you go. He even called you at your home late at night, acting like your mistress, to say thank you. And then also I want to say one more time, here is the link of a second channel that I am working on. It is a side project, a passionate project. It is a thing that I hopefully will have more updates coming up shortly. But please do, if you can, do go subscribe over there. Before I kick things off, you know, it'd be really cool is if I could get this thing up to like 100 subs or something. That'd be really cool.
Hey guys.
So we're on the road there. We're at 35 subs here at the new channel. So I'm going to post the link one more time if you're here. This is going to be a channel that I'm going to bring up like all types of conversations, football conversations, basketball conversations, movies, music, food, photography, art, culture, lifestyle, just really a lot of different things. You know, that's just not just Spurs, but I will also be simulcasting Spurs stuff here and there. It will be everywhere. The channel's not going anywhere, so don't worry. If you're a member, keep it locked in. But please do, I put the link in the chat. Go on and subscribe over there if you so fancy it, please. That would be fantastic. David says, big up, guys. Great show. Big up, David. Thank you so much for the super chat as well. Liverpool 12 Man says, you'll have a great shot at the League Cup and even FA Cup since you don't have to play extra games in Europe. Absolutely. I agree with it. We should.
Liverpool 12 Man's a smart dude. I like him.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Very good dude. American brethren as well. I do want to say real quick before I do end off the show, I would like to see us get to a semifinal or a quarterfinal of one of these competitions because, quite frankly, we should. And that's just my expectation. I don't think we'll win it. I think City's going to want to do a second treble really bad because if they could do that, then no one else has done that before. So that'd be pretty crazy. But that's just me. I know some other fans may tell you we could win the Carabao Cup. We can. I just don't think we will. Jacob Mate, good show as usual. Thank you, Adrian. Big ups. Thanks for staying up late. DJ Green said he subbed to Jacob TV. Big up yourself, DJ Green Alert. In the next week, I will have the trailer for the channel kind of talking about everything. I'll be like a 1.5-minute video that I'll promote. So hopefully everyone can check that out and, you know, maybe it'll pique their interest. So please do go on over there. Subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe here if you haven't. Go on over to Colin with Talking Ball and subscribe as well. Ellie with THFC Till I Die.
Yeah.
And
I've got
you got a
Ladies Breakfast show as well, which I'm doing the World Cup. I did England today. Next one is USA. I'm covering the USA team.
Hey, you're gonna be covering a bunch of winners. I know that much, Ellie. We the strongest women in the world out here. Come on.
Going for your hat trick of World Cup victories. If you win this one, 3 on the trot, no other team's done that in world history. You know.
No big deal.
No big deal. Just, I don't think we'll have Megan Rapinoe this year.
They won 2, and then there was a gap, and then they won another one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Ellie, should I put the link for THFC Till I Die?
Yeah, THFC Till I Die. Come on.
All right.
Come on.
Sub to Ellie. Boom. Paste. There it is. They're asking. There it is. Ellie. Sub to Ellie. Also, go sub to Colin with Talking Ball. And there's the logo. The logo for the new channel. If you needed help finding it, there's the logo.
Hey.
Ellie, don't you ever sleep, says DJ.
I
Hey guys, I got a phone call. It's actually Jacob's new channel, and it kicks ass. So go sign over, go over there and sign up, and follow and become a member. And man, don't miss it.
I don't know if my belly button can handle another Jacob channel.
I need a sleep therapist to help me sleep. Somebody to hit me on the head with a hammer or something.
Already subbed to you, Ellie, says DJ Green. Big supporter of all the Tottenham Hotspur community. Big up yourself. Liverpool 12th man says, subscribe to your other channel. Big ups, man. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. You're going to have to join me sometime, especially when I do Liverpool content. I want to do shows with every rival fan. I want to talk to as many people as I can. So that is something in the works. We'll definitely have to link up about that. Says also, by the way, I meant, would you be happy with Europa Conference League title? Europa League is ours this year, he says. Good. Go for Europa. I saw some Liverpool fans didn't really care. They were kind of thinking it's below them. I think it's great. Y'all should win it. Go on and win it and be proud of it, because I would sure as hell be. And I would be sure as hell proud with the Conference League title. I wanted it that inaugural year. I wanted it real bad. We didn't get it. I didn't necessarily want it this season, but if we had gotten it, I would have been fine, competing for it. I want to be in competitions that we can viably try and win. Like Champions League last year, there was no fucking way we would win that. But we dream regardless. Drewzilla says, big up everyone. Big up Drewzilla. Happy to have you here. Shout out Kansas City, Missouri. Hope you're doing well.
No, Kansas City. I'm just kidding. I'm from
home of the barbecue. The only place I will say that rivals Texas barbecue. And I said rivals, not better than, but rivals. But again, big up David for the lone super chat of the day. Big up to all my guests. Scott, thank you so much for joining. Ellie, thank you so much for joining. Colin, late night edition, but always a great edition. And also big up to Ian Ferguson, my Cincinnati brethren out there. He called in. He shared some thoughts. He talked with us as well. So without further ado, I will end this thing off. I hope you have a great rest of your night. If you're watching this in the morning, please do have a great rest of your day. And remember, I heard something great the other day. There's over 84,000 seconds in a day. So let's say if you had $84,000 and you lost 10 of it, are you going to throw away the remaining $83,990? Or are you going to make something useful with that? Because that's how much time you have in a day. And if you hear some negative, stupid bullshit for 10 seconds of your life and it feels like it's going to get you down and bring you down, just remember, you got so much more time on your hands. You got so much more money in the bank to do something special with it. So don't listen to the hate. 10 seconds of hate don't mean shit. So just keep on plugging. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. But until next time, again, I'm Jacob with United Spurs of America. This has been Pop Up with Jacob. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Coys.